Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, we are continuing our PHP OOPS tutorial, and in this part 2 video guys, we are going to start with the registration system in OOPS. So guys, as we have seen that in previous video, we have done with our database connection in OOPS in PHP, and now we are going to start with registration system. So guys, now let's get started. So first step guys, you have to create a database and a form. So first let's begin with creating the form and then we'll move on with the database. So let's create one register.php page and yep. So let's include our header and footer and our app.php where we have given the database connection. Okay. So yes, let's copy everything and paste. Let me close all the files. Yep. We'll create one row, column MD6 and justify content center where you can start with the card header h4 register, and I want a card body. All set. So now guys, let's create one div margin bottom 3 and inside this a simple label where we'll tell first name. Yep. Let's create an input dot form hyphen control form it is. Okay. So yep, now we have to create the name attribute where we'll tell f name. So let's copy this and paste. Let's finish it soon. This will be the last name and let's give this as L name, then email ID. So let's take this as email and then your password, and then guys you can take the confirm password. All set. So let's change this confirm password and here you keep your password. All set. So a simple button. Let's copy div, close the div and a submit button. So button, hit enter. So let's tell submit, and this button type will be as submit. Let's give a class where button hyphen I want to give a primary, and let's name this button with the name as register underscore button. Done guys, and now you have to start with the form where this is our total form and start as form tag where you can give the action and method is equal to post. Yep. Let's close the form. Done. So now guys, let us see the output for this. Refresh. Let's click on register. Here we get our register page. All set. So now guys, I just wanted to show you a base URL. So let's go to includes navbar where here is your register.php, right? So let's control X, open PHP is equal to close PHP and give a base underscore URL function, and inside this you are going to paste your base URL code, I mean register.php. So now let's copy this function and go to your app.php. Okay, so you can paste that, I mean create a function base URL open and close, and here you are going to echo the site URL dot slug. So this slug will be your value which you are getting from your base URL. Okay, done. And this site URL we have to create that. So let us copy this and paste here. Let's copy this site URL. Let's create, and here you have to call your path. So let's go and you can copy this and paste. All set. Let's give a forward slash and end that. So this will be a site URL dot concatenated and slug. Yep. Now you can move to your this page and go to the login page also. So same way you can create for the index also. So this is how we are going to create a base URL in our object oriented series. So let's refresh. Here you can go on. So we don't have a login page, no issues. We have home page and register page. Perfect. So now guys, let's begin with the backend coding part. So first step, when you click on the submit button, that time you're going to form, and let's call a path codes where I want, this is about the authentication, right? So login, register, all comes under authentication. So let's tell authentication underscore code dot php file. So first step, let's create a folder with name codes. So let's type codes, and inside this code all your module will be okay, authentication code.php. And now let's include this code.php inside this your register page. Done. As it is included, open PHP and close PHP, and let's begin with the database connection and all. So you need to copy this, include app.php inside this. And now let's check with the if condition, where we will tell is set function dollar underscore post method of the button name. So let's copy this button name and paste here. All set. So now guys, you're going to get all your like fname data dollar underscore post method. Done. So same way you're going to call all the form fields, lname, email, password, and confirm password. Okay. So let's paste here. This will be your lname, and then email, password. Done. And now we have to validate these input fields. So let's create one simple function guys, because in this series we are going to use many times of your mysqli underscore real escape string function. Okay, so this function will be using again and again. So for this case guys, we will take this and create a function. So let's control X and go to your app.php. At your configuration, let's tell create a function validate input. Okay, and you can just echo this. I mean, not echo, we have to return. Okay, so return what? First your DB connection. Okay, so DB connection, and then obviously your input. So let's copy this and send from this function. So you will send over here. So let's copy this and go to your authentication code and paste here. Okay, so your database connection, let's take this first input field inside, and now first your database connection. So $db open conn give comma. So from where is this coming? Your database connection guys. So this is coming from your app config.php. So you have to watch out the first part. So you have to watch out the part one of this database connection. Let's go to app. You can find this $db, so which we have placed as global. So let's get back, and here from this database connection you are getting this. So this conn is coming from your database connection over here. All set. So let's close, and same way you're going to call your input fields. So let's call this. So now we have completed this. Okay, so let's begin with the coding part of your oops concept. So let's create an object with the variable as register is equal to new your register controller. Okay, so in this register controller we will create our code. So yep, now for this you have to import its class, so you have to include that. Let's include once function, where you will go to, let we are making a controller, right? So let's create one folder, controllers forward slash, and then your register controller dot php. All set. So let's copy, and now you have to create one folder. Yep guys, over outside only will create it. Let's tell controllers, and inside this controller we will create a file with the name register controller.php. Done. Now let's move to our authentication code. So now you will be accessing this. So let's copy this class name and go to your register controller, php close, create a class register controller, and now you have to give the database connection in this first. So to give the database connection, you have to include your app.php file. So let's include include, where we'll tell config folder forward slash app.php file. All set. So now let's create a construct method, public function underscore construct, where inside this your database connection. So let's create an object of new database connection. Done. Or else you can remove directly, you can give, so not an issue. And now $this of your conn is equal to database connection of your connection. Okay, so let's get an, from this you're getting your database connection and storing here. Now let's create a function for the registration function. So we are going to get all the input fields. So how many input fields are there, we'll directly get it. So you can find that fname, lname, email, phone, and confirm password, right? So let's get that. Let's go to register controller, fname, $lname, $email, $password. Okay, so for the confirm password we are not going to put here, but we will be checking in next function. So you can just start your query over here. So let's tell register query is equal to, inside double quotes you have to give insert into your database, that is database table. Okay, so table will be users, and inside that users where we'll create one fname, lname, email, password. That's it. Okay, and then values open and close, where inside single quotes let's give this dollar fname, and then inside single quotes your $lname. So same way you're going to call your email, $email, and then let me just minimize this sidebar, comma, and then $password. All done. And now let's execute this query. So let's create a variable called result is equal to $this of your database connection of query method and your register query. So once it is success, you're going to return this result. Okay, all set. And now let me just unminimize here. For the password and confirm password we have created, right? So this password, and for the confirm password let's create a function. So public function confirm password. Okay, so here inside this you're going to pass $password, comma, and your confirm password. All set. And now inside this you will write directly the code of using if condition, else you're going to show. So dollar password is double equal to dollar confirm password. Okay, so this your variables, so this variable and this variable. Okay, if you're getting confused you can just put C password. So let's take and paste here. And now inside this, if it's correct means you are going to return true, else you will return false. Okay, so now one more thing we have to check, if user is already registered, so at that time what you're going to do, that is your user is existing or not. So let's create that function also, public function where is user exists. Okay, so let's check that. So for that guys, you're going to get create a check user is equal to from select email column from the users table. Okay, and give a where condition that email column name inside single quotes you're going to pass dollar email. Okay, so let's pass this variable from your function, and where we are going to check the limit of 1. Okay, done. And yep, let's give a dollar result is equal to dollar this. Let me just copy it, this of con and your query guys. So let's give your query, that query is check user query. So let's copy and pass that. All done. So now we have to check if in this the value exists or not. So you can use if condition where we will tell dollar result of number of rows, okay, is greater than 0. So done. Here you will get your return true, else return false. Done. So now guys, let's get back to our authentication code.php file, and here is our object of register. So now first step we are going to check the confirm password. Okay, so let's create one variable called result of password is equal to your object dollar register, and you're going to call the function. So let's call that confirm password function. Done. And inside this you are going to send your dollar password variable and then your confirm password variable. Okay, make sure you're getting the correct function. So let's copy this function name and paste here. Done. And you are getting a result of true or false. So if else condition obviously gives the true or else false condition. So you can just put in this way. If the password is correct, if it is true, then you're going to check that you have to enter inside and do the condition. If it does not, like password does not match, then you will redirect to where, by showing the message. So let's tell password and confirm password does not match. Okay, and we'll redirect back to which page, to register.php page. Okay, so this redirect function, let's create it in our app.js file. So let's create that function redirect, open and close. Here we are going to get the your message comma and then your page. So let's tell that as page, and let's use header location, and we want to show the message also. So you're going to use session. So let's use session we'll make as message only and get the dollar message inside double quotes. We'll get it. Okay. And for the location, we are going to use location, which is the redirect one, dollar page. Okay. So, but it's not working. Let's put this in double quotes and send here. And after this, I want to run the exit function. So once it's fine, it should go off. But this dollar page will like search for index or whatever. So we just need to modify this. Let's take this dollar page over here as redirect to where. So this will be your page, and then this redirect you are going to send over here, and over here you are going to add your site URL. So yep, this will concatenate and give you to the exact path you are going for. Yep, and we are using session, so make sure you are starting the session at top of your app.php page. Okay, and this page is obviously called in all the pages and codes. Okay, so no issues. Yep, let's get back to our register controller and go back to your authentication code over here. So let's check this condition first. Let's get back, refresh. Okay, so you can find that cannot redeclare the base URL previously declared on line number 14. Okay, let's get back. So let's go to register.php page. So we have already the app.php. We are calling that from there, and you're going back to authentication. Oops, let's comment this because we are calling that this code in that page itself. And let's see in our register controller also. Okay, so not an issue. Let's comment out this right now and refresh. Okay, fine. So now guys, let's check for the password and confirm password. So I'm going to enter some random digit. Yeah, let's enter wrong password. Submit. Okay, we didn't get the message. Why? Because we have not set that. So let's go to register, and a simple code guys, just create one message.php file to show the message. So message.php, let's use open PHP, close PHP, use a if condition where you can check with the isSet function $_session of your message. If this message is given, then you're going to echo in h5 tag. Let's echo what? You can give that $_session of message whatever we have printed. And after showing this message, I want to just unset that. Okay, so let's unset it, save, and now let's call this message.php in your register.php file. So I just wanted to show above this card, open PHP, close PHP, and yep, use include function. Here you can tell message.php. All set. So now let's refresh. Here you get password and confirm password does not match. Refresh, the message has gone. So guys, now let's get back to our authentication code. Perfect. So our confirm password is working. And now guys, once it is success, you are going to come inside and start with your user exist or not. So let's call our object called register object, where is user exist function, where inside this you're going to send your $email variable. Done. And this user exist is from your register controller. So let's see that over here. Let's copy this and paste here. Done. So now we are getting a true or false condition inside this. So you can tell result of what? User. So result user, let's give in small case. So now you can just check it out. If it is true, you are going to show, else you are going to show in different. So let's redirect, paste here, and you can tell already email exists, and you can go back to register.php page. If user does not exist, you are going to start with the registration process. So register query is equal to dollar your object register of registration function. This registration function is from your register controller. So copy this and paste here. Done. And inside this you are going to send your variables dollar f name, then next to your l name, and then email, and then your password, guys. All set. So this is, if this is a success, you are going to check in if condition, that is true or false, you'll get by default from the database. So you can just show that, copy and paste. You can give a else condition over here and paste here. So show this, as you can tell, if it is success, registered successfully, and you can go back to login page for the login process. If it is not, then you can tell like something went wrong in your query. Okay, so you can just get back to your register.php file itself to show the something went wrong message. So yep guys, and now let's create the database which we have not created, the table for the users. So let's create a table. What is the table name we have created over here? Users. Let's copy that, and we require how many columns? So 1 2 3 4 by default, and we need one id increment, and one more will create the current timestamp. We will create it. So let's create a 6 columns. Okay, so let's get the id and 11 digit, and you can move on with the auto increment primary key. So yes, and let's select with the AI, that is auto increment. Okay, and then next field f name, so same characters I'm going to give, and 191. L name varchar 191, email varchar 191, and then password. So make sure you're getting everything correct spelling over there. And one extra column we have created for created at, which will be the timestamp, and by default it should enter the current timestamp, guys. Okay, and now let's save the table. So yes, done, our table is created. So now guys, let's try to register. Let's get back, refresh. Let's begin with Prakash with at gmail.com 1234567 1234567 and click to submit. Submit. Perfect. So you redirected to login page. Okay, so let's get back to register page, and we can see that message is registered successfully. Let's refresh. Done. And now let's see in your database, browse. Cool guys, so you can see that we have successfully registered with our PHP OOPS concept. And now guys, let me just register again with the same email ID so we can find out our user exist code. Let's enter the same 456, and now let's submit. You can see already email exists. Okay, so you cannot register with that. You can just see the code. Done. Already email exists. So guys, we have successfully seen that how to create a registration page in PHP OOPS concept. Okay. So guys, let's see in next video how to create a login system in PHP using OOPS, object oriented programming. So with the authentication also. So guys, in this video, that's it. And thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like and share.